Welcome to Dancing with the Life Force. I did a video yesterday on this yin and yang orgonite plate, but I want to do a bit of maybe a question for anyone that can answer it. Is using the pendulum. Now, I tuned the pendulum, or gave it intent to. If it was good energy, it would rotate clockwise, and if it was bad energy, anti-clockwise. And if it didn't know, it wouldn't move at all, or would just rock backwards and forwards if it didn't know. So as you can see now, I'm holding the pendulum, and really that movement is just from me, so it's doing nothing. Now, when I test with the pendulum, I always lay it down like this, and I'm doing this. I'm holding it just over, and we get this clockwise movement, which is telling me that it's producing energy. Now, we know, well, I know that I'm not trying to move this, so it's doing it on its own. Now, if I take this orgonite plate with all this in there, and you've just seen that the pendant moves, yet when I put the pendant up, if I put this plate upright, and I hold this pendant or pendulum here, that movement is just movement from me, I would presume, and I get no clockwise movement of the pendulum. I get nothing from the pendulum at all. That movement is just me, so I'll try and stay as steady as I can. Now, why doesn't the pendulum move when this orgonite plate is in its upright position? I would presume if it was producing energy, it would have an effect on that pendulum, seeing as it has an effect on it when it's standing upright, or when it's laying flat, sorry. So when it's laying flat, and there it's starting now. So, if anyone can answer this for me, because I'm only just a beginner to all this, when I have this standing upright, now I would presume if this is pushing out life force, energy, chi, whatever you want to call it, it would have an effect on that pendulum. Surely you would get some form of movement. Now I would presume that it pushes it out this way, coming in and going out. So, as it's coming out, is the energy doing this? And if it's doing this coming out, why don't we get a movement on the pendulum? Surely, it would get something, like rocking backwards and forth, or some form of movement. I mean, I really don't know. I've got no idea, because as I say, I'm only new to this. So if anyone can answer that question, it would be great. So, anyway, such is. So, this is a little incense burner. Now, I've got a little quartz rock here, and same again, I put it there. Now this little quartz rock is producing, I would presume, life force energy. So this is the incense burner. I've had that little quartz pebble, rock, whatever you want to call it, in here, and I'll move that away. So we get nothing in that. Put the pebble back in. There we go, it's just picked it up now, coming through. And it's rotating in the clockwise direction, so that's saying to me there's life force energy coming out there, and it's good energy. So we hang it back up into its little cradle here, and we'll just stop that from moving. And same again, we'll go up here and we'll just see what happens. Just steady this down. So same again, it's that little rock, little quartz pebble. It's saying it's throwing out energy. Now, if I put this pendulum in the front of it, it does nothing. It doesn't show that there's any energy coming out there at all. So it obviously, does the energy all just go up? Does it go out? Does it spread out? Yet with this, it's the same principle. It when I'm over the top of it, it produces energy, and the same for these ones here. I'll try and get this steady. So there it goes, it's picking up energy from the top there. And the same again, it does the same thing again as I'm asking, why I'm asking this question. When I place it down here, nothing. I get nothing right around that, yet on the very top on the point, it seems that's where the energy goes. So I don't understand how pendulums work as such. So is it because the energy's got to get into that point and swing around that coil and make it spin? And why won't it have some effect on the pendulum when it's in front of the energy field? So if anyone can answer that, I'd really appreciate it. As I said, I get tremendous amount of energy coming out when the point is over the middle of the object. So does this mean the energy is spiralling or spinning around in that clockwise direction, and it has to go up the point of the pendulum, which turns the pendulum? And why doesn't it do any movement whatsoever when it's sitting straight in front, sideways, whichever way you want to look at it? And why doesn't it spin around clockwise like it does when it's in that position? There must be a reason for it. I'd like to know why. If anyone can answer that, that'd be great. So that's just a little question I have about these orgonite devices and tensor rings and coils. So if you can answer it, please do. Thank you.